Hello, my name is John, and today we'll be reading James Hodgkinson, The Face of Hate and a Member of the Resistance. By Jack Kerwick on Townhall, posted June 15th, 2017. Jack Kerwick received his doctoral degree in philosophy from Temple University. His area of specialization is ethics and political philosophy. He's a professor of philosophy at several colleges and universities in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Jack blogs at beliefnet.com, at the intersection of faith and culture. On June 14th, a man opened fire on a group of Republican politicians and staffers who were practicing for Congress's annual baseball game. Before doing so, however, he was careful to verify the men on the field were indeed Republicans. That man has now been identified as James Hodgkinson, 66 years of age. Those in the Democrat-controlled media were quick to note that Hodgkinson was white, male, and brandishing a gun. They were less ready to share with the public Hodgkinson's politics, and understandably so. Hodgkinson, you see, was an avid supporter of Bernie Sanders, who was actually part of the Vermont Senator's presidential campaign. He was also just as avidly or rabidly opposed to the presidency of Donald Trump. Hodgkinson's Facebook tells all that you need to know about his political orientation. Readers can see for themselves here. For now, a random selection of Hodgkinson's pearls will suffice to provide a glimpse in the dark recesses of his soul. On June 12th, just 2 days before the now thankfully deceased Hodgkinson perpetrated a mass shooting, he wrote, "I want to say, Mr. President, for being an A.H., you are truly the biggest A.H. we've ever had in the Oval Office. Make America great again, Trump. Resign. Trump is guilty and should go to prison for treason. Trump is a mean, disgusting person." On June 8th, of Georgia Republican Karen Handel, Hodgkinson said that she's a Republican bitch who wants people to work for slave wages, when a livable wage is the only way to go. Vote blue, it's right for you. America has been turned into a fascist state, so everyone should vote blue, it's right for you. Hodgkinson linked to a meme for Bernie Sanders Day, which is July 26 for those of you who are interested. It contains tips for the way in which observers can commemorate the failed Democratic presidential candidate. Just last week, Hodgkinson posted a meme featuring two gay men embracing. The caption reads, "How to solve global warming. Convince Republicans that rising temperatures are turning people gay." Like Sanders, Hodgkinson was an unabashed proponent of democratic socialism. He posted, "Democratic socialism explained in 3 words. We the people since 1776. Hodgkinson's links to such sites as Yahoo and MSNBC with frequency. A friend of his described him as a passionate progressive. Indeed, he was that, for Hodgkinson implored Democrat senators to filibuster Neil Gorsuch's confirmation, impeach Trump, and tax the rich. He criticized Reagan-style tax cutting as trickle-down economics, believed in anthropogenic climate change, and called the GOP the Taliban of America. On May 26, Hodgkinson shared a post from Republicans Suck. It read, "Republicans hate women, minorities, working-class people, and most all 99% of the people of the country." He was especially incensed over the GOP substitute for Obamacare. Higher costs and less coverage, Hodgkinson wrote. Who would have thought that the Republican lawmakers don't give a damn about the working class in this country? Vote all Republicans out of office is the start, he added. Hodgkinson specifically targeted House Majority Whip and one of his shooting victims, Steve Scalise, who is now in critical condition, by sharing a cartoon that linked the latter to white supremacy. In other words, Hodgkinson was a left-wing Democrat all the way. He was a fan of Bill Maher and especially Rachel Maddow, going so far as to express his wish that the latter would eventually run for the presidency. A neighbor of Hodgkinson's, Aaron Muir, said of him, "I knew he was a Democrat, a pretty hardcore one. I know he wasn't happy when Trump got elected." By all accounts, Hodgkinson was not mentally ill, unless, as Michael Savage long ago said, liberalism, Hodgkinson's leftist ideology, is a mental disorder. He was methodical, calculating, nor is this would-be assassination the occasion to discuss gun control, as Hodgkinson's fellow travelers on the left would have us think. Doubtless, Hodgkinson himself is more likely than not to be a champion of gun control. While it would be grossly unfair and inaccurate to suggest that your average leftist Democrat would so much as think to follow his example, the stone-cold fact of the matter is that Hodgkinson was nothing more or less than the anti-Trump, anti-GOP hatred of the contemporary progressive vision taken to its logical term. Politically speaking, Hodgkinson was indistinguishable from Chuck Schumer, Maxine Walters, Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama, and of course Bernie Sanders. He was politically indistinguishable from every Democratic congressperson and senator who spares no occasion to demonize the Republicans in order to stall President Trump's agenda, as they cook up the Russian conspiracy theory to paint the president as a traitor. So did Hodgkinson specifically label Trump as such. Hodgkinson was politically indistinguishable from Maddow and virtually every Trump-hating, GOP-hating talking head at CNN, MSNBC, and all major network news broadcasts. His Facebook screeds could have easily appeared as editorials in the New York Times, Washington Post, Daily News, Huffington Post, The Nation, Salon, Slate, and legions of other leftist publications. He was politically indistinguishable from our court jesters, the Colberts, Kimmels, and Mahrs. He was politically indistinguishable from Madonna, Kathy Griffin, Snoop Dogg, and every other Hollywood celebrity who labors inexhaustibly to vilify Republicans generally, and Trump specifically. Hodgkinson was politically indistinguishable from the vast majority of academics who are filled with precisely the same ugly thoughts that led him to try slaughtering as many Republicans as he could. In short, James Hodgkinson, the hardcore Democrat whose murderous hatred of Trump and all things Republican drove him to try purging the planet of Republicans, is now a late member of the Resistance. This is something for all of us to keep front and center as we move forward. This video is a production of the School of the White Crane. My name is John Brooker, and you can reach me through commentary on this video or through my Gmail listed here. Please share this video with family and friends and on social media. May God richly bless you.